playing Marvel United again. This time I'm going to use the Shield Solo mode. You take 3 hero decks. I got Iron Man, Ant-Man, and the Hulk. Shuffle them together. You'll be drawing 5 cards. There's a few special rules for solo mode. Turns are resolved in the normal sequence, with you playing every hero turn. Each turn you may play the card of any hero in your hand, even if it's the same hero as the last card played. You always benefit normally from the symbols on the previous played card, but not from their special effect, even if it's the same hero. The hero whose card you played is considered the active hero that turn. Any effect that refers to another player refers to you. If you are ever KO'd, you immediately lose. Ultron draws as a Cephalo Ray. He doesn't move on this turn, he stays in the same location, but I do take 1 crisis token. Since it's the beginning of the game, I don't take any for damage because I don't have any crisis tokens yet, but that's my first one. I draw a card. I'm on a location that has the Ultron virus on it. Heroes starting their turn in this location must ignore 1 action symbol of their choice. So my very first card I play, I'm going to be losing one of those attack actions. So Hulk will hit 1 thug at that location. He goes on the Defeat Thugs mission board. Draw another card. This time I'm going to use Ant-Man's Grow ability. It's his special ability. I will lose the 1 movement though because I'm on that space with the Ultron virus. He's going to jump over there, grow, and hit the Ultron clone for 3. Then I can use the 2 attack from the previous card of the Hulk, hitting 2 more thugs and putting them on the mission card. Actually, I realize if I put one of the thugs back, I can use the other attack action to take out that Ultron clone, which would remove that threat from the Shield Helicarrier. Take the threat and put it on the Clear Threats card. Now I would have that location effect go into play, which is you may move to any other location. Instead, I choose to leave Ant-Man there, and I play Iron Man's Advanced Combat Analysis. I distribute 2 attack tokens from the pool among any number of heroes. So those would just go to all 3 of my heroes I'm running. In Marvel United, 3 heroes will take their turn before the villain will take another turn. That's at least until the first mission card is removed off the dashboard. At that point, the heroes become under pressure by the villain, and the villain will take a turn after every 2 heroes take their turn. Here I'm going to use those 2 attack tokens up. I'm going to do 2 damage to that Ultron clone. Ultron will take his turn. He's going to move 0 again and uses a Cephalo Ray. Then a Cephalo Ray does 1 damage to each hero for each crisis token they have. Since I do have a crisis token, I'll have to pick a card, and it goes to the bottom of my deck. When my hand runs out, I'm KO'd, and I'm out of the game. Then I have to give 1 hero of my choice, which is anyone on my team, another crisis token. So at the end of this turn, I'll end up having to take another crisis token. And there's my other token. I'll draw a card. Hulk's going to come out, do some attacks. It's going to take the movement from the Iron Man card that was before Ultron. Going to hit 1 thug. And I'm going to move. I lost one of my attack actions there because I was on that location with the Ultron virus, which makes me lose one of my symbols. I'm going to play Iron Man here. He's going to have 1 move and 3 attack. 2 attack to take out that Ultron clone. That removes that threat card, removes the threat token, and that goes on the mission card. Still got some leftover attack, So I'll take out a thug while I'm there. I could stay here and play this location effect, which is you may discard one thug from any location. That's at the New York Police Headquarters. But I'm going to move instead. Draw another card. One benefit to playing this solo is I get to see what the next hero's card's going to be prior. At least I know who it'll be coming from. I just played a wild. Allows me to use whatever I choose, whether it be move, attack, or a heroic action. Use one of those wilds as a heroic action on Stark Labs to put it on that threat card. My other attack I'm going to use to take out another thug. It's Ultron's turn. He's finally going to move. The villain moves in a clockwise direction. As you see up there, he's going to move one location. The next thing that would go off is his effect there, that little bullseye, the little target. It's duplication. I have to add one thug in this location. I then have to do the bottom of the card by adding the thugs and the civilians. You're supposed to fulfill these from left to right. I err here. They usually go in a clockwise direction with the thugs being placed first and then the civilians. That's at each individual location, working from left to right in a clockwise order. The centralized tile there that you see represented at the bottom is the tile that the villain would be on. Ultron's villainous plot and the way he wins is when all locations are fully occupied by civilians or thugs, the heroes lose. Moving on with a hero turn, I'm going to use Ant-Man again. He's going to get 2 heroic actions and 2 wild actions. Use those first 2 heroics to clear off the threat on this card. And it takes one more threat token and places it on the threat mission card. Only one way from completing that. I'm going to use a wild to take out one of the thugs, and I'm going to use the other wild to use a heroic action to rescue a civilian. Stark Labs has a location effect. You may swap one card from your hand with one of your cards in your storyline. I may do that. Move this Hulk. Pick up that double wild. Goes back in my hand. Draw a card. Got another double wild. See, I'm not playing with the challenge cards yet, which would take away some of these wilds. Going to use 2 of the heroic actions from Ant-Man and then convert one of my wilds to a heroic action to clear the threat on that card. And I have officially cleared the threat mission card. After that comes off, all the other mission cards slide down. At this point, the game goes under pressure and the villain acts after every 2 hero cards. Use that last wild to take out another thug, and then I realized that I'd switched over one of the thugs into the civilians. They are double-sided. Ultron acts. He's not going to move, but he's going to do his BAM effect. And that effect is add 3 thugs to Ultron's location and deal 1 damage to each hero there. So I have to place 3 thugs. Now I'm on overflow, so I move on to the next tile. That's overflowed too. So my other 2 thugs go to the second tile over. And then Iron Man's going to take damage. So I will have to discard one of my cards and put it at the bottom of the deck. I want to note here too that if those other threat cards that had the Ultron clones on them, their BAM effects would go off too if I had any heroes on their same location. All BAM effects would have taken place. Moving on, Hulk's going to come out. I'll have 2 wilds and I'll have a move and then an attack action. He's going to jump, hit a thug. That also completes another mission card. And that would move down the final mission card to the final slot. That opens up the second space, which is villain is now vulnerable to damage. I can now attack Ultron. Since he's in my same spot, I'm going to hit him a few times. Take a couple health from him. I'm going to play my wild. Ant-Man's going to move. Use It's one of the moves. I'm going to use the wild for another move. And it gives me 2 attack. Take 2 more health from Ultron. It's now Ultron's turn. He's going to move 5. He's going to place some thugs and civilians this turn. Go flying around the board. His location doesn't have a trigger effect, so we're just going to place this the thugs and the civilians. Thugs always go first on the location, then a civilian. Remember overflow rules. Again, it would go from left to right in a clockwise order. I'm using overflow rules here because the locations are starting to fill up. So each one circles around until I finally get an empty space. And that's his turn. Hero turn. Hulk pulls a double wild. So now I got 4 wilds to work with. And he's at a location right next to Ultron. So he's going to jump over there. That's going to take one of the wilds, and I get 3 attack. Leaves Ultron down to 1 health. Come up with a Hulk card. I'm going to use Hulk Smash. Deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. Discard all civilians there. This takes out all the thugs. The civilians run away. And Hulk puts the final blow on Ultron, proving that he is the strongest of all in the Marvel Universe. You haven't heard the last from me, Avengers. Hey, I'm Cyniker the Subpar Gamer, reminding you to keep aiming for average. Thanks for watching.